guys, my name is Ciniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, where we're now driving down the road with this random dude right now. And is he turning off here? I believe he is, as he now skedoodles up the on and off ramps of our brand new highway system. Now, we implemented this in the last episode, guys. It's absolutely vast. It goes all the way from Boston down to Miami right now. And it's really helping us out. I didn't think it would be that good. Granted, it does take a little bit away from my public transport network because now people can drive rather than get on a train. But it is somewhat helping the cities grow, believe it or not. We are starting to see on some of the charts a little bit of a growth spike as they're now connected to the cities. And at some point, we will create more highways and connect them up as well. Now, we've still got a few bits and bobs we've got to do to these. Some of the stuff I didn't do was do all the lane math because I just built what the game gave me. Obviously, when you do lane math, you got to then sort these out by having a single lane here, because as one turns off and one turns on, that goes to a singular. Otherwise, it causes issues with this vehicle going down, which now has to kind of then slow down because this vehicle wasn't up to speed and all that kind of jazz. But that is not a problem at the moment. Now, while we wait for this, well, for us to see the results of this mega highway in this episode, to really see if the cities are continuing to grow and, you know, we're not losing too much money, I want to connect some of the other cities that are not currently connected in the United States up. We have cities like Oklahoma City, Kansas. Even though it's got this here, it's not really connected to anything in terms of public transport. Minneapolis right now. We got over here, we got Bozeman. What else we got? We got Denver over here. Santa Fe, El Paso, is that Laredo? Is that how you pronounce it? And Zacatecas. I can't even pronounce these places. I'm really terrible at names, guys. I'm really terrible at names right now. I want to call this Zach and Lardo. That is the best way I can remember it. So we got to get these cities all connected, and I think what will be great today is to run a couple of passenger lines, get them connected to the greater network, and then hopefully we have every single city at some point connected to our public transport network. It's going to be really, really interesting. So that's what we're going to do today, guys. If you are enjoying the series and want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, what I think we should do is, because Bozeman's all the way up here at the kind of, you know, I don't think there's any other city around it that's not connected. We've got Seattle and Portland over there. Because this one's at the top left, the rest of the unconnected cities, we'll start with this one. Now, what we'll do with Bozeman, we'll bring it out as a train line, and we've got this little plus symbol here. And obviously, we'll connect it going down. This will then turn off to connect to Denver. And if we connect it back on, it can go down. I've got a couple of options. I can go and connect to Santa Fe and call it a day, mate. That kind of rhymed there, didn't it? It really did. Or I can bring it to Denver, maybe connect it to Oklahoma City, and then bring it into New Orleans. Because they've all got to have a common station or common city that they all crisscross on. Now, if I did that, it will then allow me to run other networks in other directions. Ooh, I got many, many options. Now, I'm not going to connect them all up today. I just want to kind of sort out one. So, into Denver, do I turn off to go to Oklahoma, then into New Orleans? Or do I bring it down to Denver, into Santa Fe, and then end them at the crisscross distribution hub here? Now, if I did bring them into here, we already have two passenger lines on the go. The yellow route, which stops here, and then the red route. Now, I wonder if there's anything I can do here to kind of configure to add more platforms or stations to it. I don't think there is, but we could potentially just delete this road, by the way. We no longer need that road, so configure you. Now, how many more platforms and stations could we get connected to it? Now I've got an issue. What's my issue? Wait, what? How have we all of a sudden got an issue? Is it because I've deleted the road? It can't be because I've deleted the road, right? So, we got train 8, which is here, and train here. Now, the reason for these now not being able to do what they need to do is because the crisscross doesn't happen till after. Oh, we've got a signal in the wrong place. So the crisscross happens just there. We shouldn't really have this signal here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the long run right now. Maybe I quickly reverse this train to go back. Once it's past the signal, I'll then reverse it back to allow the other train to come out. All because of one signal. Which that now can't do what I want it to do. Because guess what? There's another train, boys. Where's that train going? Okay. You, flip you round as well. So I've now got to try and move these trains back from one another to get that one train out. So once that gets past this signal, hopefully this one will move a bit further down. It's what we're hoping for, right? Right, hold on. Right, pause. Now, we also can't connect to all the stations. So this food to Hermosillo route. Manage the line. It goes from Phoenix to Hermosillo. Now, why can't it connect the route is what I want to know. Oh, is it because the train's now in the wrong position? It could be. It could be. Let me now move this one again. So flip you round, flip you back. We're still waiting for it to move. Well, this is an issue that I wasn't expecting today. I'll be honest with you. It was an issue that I wasn't expecting today. Now that train over there has moved quite considerably. So there's only so much I can do there because this train can't really go anywhere. So if I just quickly do a makeshift turn just here, that should then make this train go. No? Well, this just got interesting, didn't it, boys? Didn't it right now? So that can't go out there. Because obviously it's going out there. But if I delete that there, that then moves that train. Right, hold on. All because of that signal. That train's now too long. So this train I can flip around, obviously. That will then go through. Pause the game. Because I'm now deleting this. To get my crisscross here back in. Oh, the stress. Oh, the drama. There we go. We're back in business. Back in business, boys. So, have we really still got this issue? Where did this issue even come from? So, this is my steel train right now. Which is completely broken. Right, LA, you're coming into... oh, no, you're going straight through. So, why are you still stuck here? Right, this train's now merged completely through it. Oh, it's all systems go, boys. It's all systems go right now. Right, can you go? Waiting for free path. You have a free path! Oh, wait, there's another train merging through it, right? What is going on with this train? Oh, is it waiting for this one to come back out? I think it's kind of glitched out at a moment. So now that's gone. Does it not have the freedom to go now? How are you still waiting for a free path? Oh, it might be that behind. Okay. Right, one momentum. I'm going to reconfigure some of this as well, by the way. Right, will this now go? So it's going to wait for that to go past there. Okay, now we're back in action. But we still have an issue with this line, by the way. So food to Hermosillo. So all this is doing is picking up food from Phoenix. And when I say Phoenix, AZ, what this means is over here, right? Yeah. Now, apparently it can't get to here, to where it used to go into. There seems to be an issue with it. So where's the train? So here's the train, and that can clearly connect to the station. So there it is now, just dropping off some food, and off it goes again. So connect to all the stations. Right, manage the line. Oh, wrong button. So we're here on that platform, well, Hermosillo's platform 2. So this one here is platform 1. Like I said, for some reason... Oh, wait, hold on. It becomes platform 7. Okay. I don't know why it's done that. But wait, no, hold on. Shouldn't it be on platform 1? If it's on platform 1, then obviously it needs to do the turn skis here. But it can't do the turn skis. Why can't it? Because that can crisscross and go down there. That goes all the way through. That comes up to here. All the way down. Looking good. The train is doing exactly what it needs to do here right now. Yo, it's literally, right, I'm not even going to lie to you, just done what it needs to do. So how can you not connect to all the stations? Is it because I got rid of the road? Do you ever just want to scream at the game? Because clearly you can connect to this. Because, I mean, how do I put this? The train's just done it. Here is the train coming out right now. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. Right, delete you. Add station. It could be that it's like... You all seen that, right? You all seen that, right, guys? It's that orange one there. You all seen that, didn't you? The game wants to give your boy a heart attack right now. Anyway, if I delete this and go back to what I was originally doing there, configuring. Now, how far can I push this down? If I go platforms to go passenger, tracks, bam, bam, platforms, another passenger. Okay, and that's as far as I'm going to be able to take it. Right, that's interesting for me. Because we have 2 passenger routes that do tear through this, okay? We do have 2 passenger routes that tear through this. Now, one of them is destined for the... the bypassing route. But we also have one that comes from this direction that just stops here. And one comes from that direction and stops there. So that makes a lot of sense. Now, the reason for it is, I could use this as a possible end route to something coming down here. It's just going to mean we're going to need some more connections to it. Now, bearing in mind that right now, we have a light blue route tearing through. So we have a couple of routes that just kind of bypass this altogether. Now, if I can get some of these routes to actually stop at these stations, that will be better for us. So this route right now, manage this line. This goes from all the way from New Orleans down to here. And then the other passenger route, which is line 18. If I get to manage this one, you can see this goes from the Phoenix down here, from the airport to connect up. Now, if it's coming from down here, it means it goes in the middle route there. I'm watching the middle route, and we should have a crisscross happen down here, which you can come and crisscross into there, but that then runs down. And if I can get this line here, so delete you, and just quickly get this train track there to connect into here, I'm going to change this. So on the AZ here to number 7. So that flips up to there, which keeps this one here. Because it used to stop on the bypassing route. Which is perfect for me, because I can then bring trains into there. That's one less train off. Then this line here. So where's the crisscross on this, by the way? Wait, is there no crisscross? Is there no crisscross applesauce? Right, we'll apply the crisscross here. A little bit further back, because I know we're going to have issues. And we got to delete the one entering in. Right. Now, what I'm doing right now is important, because this now allows me to manage the line to bring the Phoenix stop into number 4. So that kind of comes in from that angle directly in, which I might push this a little bit further down. Very good, very good, very good. So then the bypassing route there is literally only now being used by bypassing routes. There's nothing stopping at the inner stations to make the bypassing trains kind of freak out to a certain degree. So it all works out. It all works out. Now we've got these additional ones that I kind of now can connect to. Intriguing. Right, okay, so let's start up in Bozeman then. Now for Bozeman it's going to be an end platform station. That's all it's going to be. So train lines, buildings, end terminus here. Which it does then open up this city to... Oh, this city needs fuel, by the way. So it does open it up to being able to have cargo coming over. What I think I'll do is delete this road here. And then we'll terraform it with the flattening tool, which I need to go bigger in size and strength. To at least this height for now. And then we're smoothing it all off. Just so I can get a train connection in here a little bit better. So if the platform was there, giving us space to utilize everything with this. So configure you. Obviously we'll need some cargo platform as well, but let me just double up on the tracks. Platforms, go cargo. Very good, very good. I forgot to upgrade this for high speed. Very good. So then terraforming it, we're going to smooth all this out. Alright, we'll flatten it out a bit more. Oh, what happened there? I already spotted that then. What am I doing? There we go. So that's in. The station's now in. So what we'll do now then is bring this down to a connection into this. So tracks. So we'll bring these out first. And can we make them go down? I don't know. Not really, no. Get the crisscross in. Voila. So we've got to bring this up and out. And I'm just kind of having a little nose about how far we're going to bring it out on the bend. Wait, hold on. The whole of this is on the ground. What are they doing? Okay, why do you think that, you know, is what I should have paid attention when I was doing it. It's all my fault. Right, we'll go from here. So I'll bring it to here. Now, if it is going into a tunnel, the obvious thing will be is to raise it up to the level that it needs to be. So I don't want any of it to be tunnels, because I can smoothen it all out anyway. Make it look okay. So that all sinks down. I'm happy with that. Run this all the way down to here. Now apparently we've got some collisions. Yeah, I can see the collisions. The fact that it's trying to merge on multiple sides. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So I'll come back to the landscaping a little bit later. But all I've got to do right now is just connect you up to here. Now, no bridges. Don't need them just yet. No tunnels. Or no, actually, you know what? We'll tunnel it here because of how deep it goes into it. I didn't realise that was quite the mound right there. And then we'll replicate this going all the way up. There we go. So a bit of terrain right now. All we're really utilising is the smoothing tool. And look how much difference it then makes. Makes a world of difference. Oh damn, I didn't realise how big this was here. Alright, go out quite wide, bulk this up, and pretend like nothing ever happened. Pretend like nothing ever happened. Alright, smoothing it just there. Right, anyway, most importantly, we're connected. Okay, we're connected. Now, we don't need to do a V or any other crisscrosses just there for now, because there's no need. There's nothing really going in that direction. We'll just finalize the rest of some of this real quick, because it can be looking ugly. Right, I don't want to get too carried away, so I'll get sucked into trying to terraform all of this. And guess what? As I'm saying that, I'm getting sucked into terraforming all of this. And I don't want to. But yeah, it looks so much better when you do it, isn't it? Right, we'll come back to that at a later date. So he's going to come down to Denver. Now, there's a problem with Denver. The train line runs directly down here because it was all geared up for the steel factory. So Denver in question, we have to do something a little bit different for these guys. Okay? And what we need to do is first make it high speed, obviously. I'm going to bring this right round. Now, it's within the industrial area. And we'll make the train line a bit smaller. And then we'll bring this. We'll do double trackage. And I'll bring it right there against it. But what we'll do is we'll configure it real quick. Oh, that's the wrong train station. I'm still on the Bozeman train station. What's going on? We can configure this real quick, and all I'm going to do is delete the passenger kind of platform. Replace it with the cargo platform there. Now all of a sudden they're connected and set up as well. So obviously we're going to have to delete this road coming out. And we're going to have to do something a little bit different where it becomes an M platform in the middle of a line. You know what I mean? That's what makes it a little bit different, a little bit unique. But again, there's not really much going on around this area, so you can kind of get away with the hustle and the bustle. So we basically got to create a V going into this. So if I bring you out, bring you to there. Hopefully this is a reasonable space. Like, oh, too much curvature. Right, it's not going to be enough, is it? Right, it's easy for me to maybe come off here. There. And then from here to there. Voila! Now, the only thing that's going to be using this here is obviously passenger trains, and then the cargo trains will bypass it. Actually, do you know what? There's nothing on here going down here. So it solely will be the passenger trains. And obviously you into there. You into there. So Bozeman to Denver. Perfect. Now as he comes down, my other options were to Oklahoma. But I'm thinking, forget that now, because we have the ability to connect it down to these cities. Now if we're coming from Denver, Santa Fe is kind of in the same situation again, where it's out the way. So we're going to have to do like an end station, but connected via a V. But we're all on the ground here, so it makes sense to just zoom it all the way down, turn, and then into this bit here. So it's a bit of a pain, but you know, it will still all work out. Now we'll drop that just there on the corner, but then with the road going across it, like that. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? What am I doing? What am I doing? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Right. Flat. Flat. Confirm. You're then smoothing it all out. Which is what gives us the ability to work in the area. And that now is more connected. So hopefully this works out. Right, configure you. So we've got to do the same again on this. Get rid of the one-sided passenger. And switch it with cargo. Now the tracks for this is going to be interesting. I just realised this. Because I've decided to do it on a cliff edge. Right, if I cut in so you can see the difference, and obviously smoothing it all off, hopefully it becomes a nice little bend down. So that is you snapping straight. Oh, how much higher is it? Right, scrap you. Alright, if I do that to there, see, that can still connect in. Right, very good. Now we ain't too worried about anything else as long as we get these connections in. And then we just smooth it all out. Gotta do the old Crissy-Crossy. That becomes quite a nice little feature. Imagine tearing around that with that huge cliff edge on, you know, hanging over you. It'd be very good. Right, anyway. Crissy-Crossy. Apple saucy. There we go. So that takes place there, all good. Now we're just leading to this where we got to create a better entry point than what's going on right now. So yeah, like I said before, this is pretty much what it is. This is pretty much how it's all now set up. And so we got to try and funnel these new entries, these new kind of stations into all of this. So I reckon it's a case of maybe a little bit further back because we've got some distance. Right, that we're going to run simultaneously along this, 2 additional lines, which are going to be dedicated to the passenger lines that use that distribution center as a end station in many ways. So we'll actually kind of come off. I use this here. If I come off here straight, but I delete back to there, we'll use this as our marker point. So straight in, and then we'll connect these up like that. You're into there. And then we'll run it so far down to about there. So let me merge them in together. Very good, very good. And signal-wise, there'll be a signal here, but not after it. The signal after it, we'll put there. Gives it a little bit of space to work with. So, in reality, if I pause, because I've now got to delete this. Alright. This train line now coming down, so the tracks. So, we're going to have multiple little points right now. So, you come out. Make it scale a little bit further. We'll merge you into this one if that's possible. So if these connect into like this, that one there is going to connect to here and then merge in. And then we'll do our crisscross just here. So it's completely out of the way of this, which keeps this completely free flowing. And obviously we'll extend the line further down as well. It's a bit funky, but I've just kind of completely moved it out of the way to keep it all free flowing. So if I do some signals real quick, we'll have a signal just there. And we'll have a signal section here. So that little crisscross now doesn't really mean anything to us, but you know, I'm sure someone will find some use for it at some point. That's now all coming in together, which is glorious. So in reality, back into play mode, I can now create this connection. So if I start in Bozeman, passenger, to Denver, passenger, to Santa Fe, passenger, ending here at Phoenix. Let me change this line to like pink as well. Which it comes into that little stop there, which is perfect. So after Phoenix there, we add another station back into Santa Fe because we're now going back the same way we come to Denver, which will then stop back. It will repeat then back at Bozeman. Glorious. And that does exactly what I want it to do. Now all of a sudden, those three cities are now connected. And they all crisscross at my distribution hub here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Which we'll configure this. We'll get rid of the little path, or little staircase on it. We'll bring these down a little bit further. And we'll leave it like that. So platforms, it's all passenger platforms. So I've got room for 2 more lines to connect to it. Which one of them will probably go down in this direction to these 3 cities. And then one might be something to do with Oklahoma or Kansas, or I don't know. We've got loads and loads of options. So like I said, that now all connects in. I've got to buy the train for it, obviously. But this becomes quite the transfer hub right now at this point. Which is glorious, if you ask me, boys. Glorious. Now, one last thing I'm going to do to configure it is give them the ability to underpass for passengers. There we go. All now connected. And let's buy a train for it. So, we'll start with... Well, we'll actually go with these trains. Which ones? These ones here, which carry 160 passengers. And I'll buy 2 trains for it. Okay? We'll buy 2 trains. So, still got to rename all my lines. I've got so many lines right now, unnamed. And add you in. So, that will now come out and then skedoodle down our way. Perfection. And there's not really too much that kind of hinders them. All I've got to do is just quickly add in the signals. So, there'll be a signal... Well, there'll be a signal there before they enter all of this. We've got a signal just there. I'll add one here. I don't know if these are going to be too close. Or not. But it should be done like this. But I don't know how close. I mean, I don't know how long the trains are. That might be an issue. I'll be honest with you right now. It might be an issue. Now we get to here. And we'll do these quite spaced out. Now there's only 2 trains on the whole of this network. But you might have multiple train lines going to these destinations. Do one last one here. And leave it like that. We'll see what happens. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Because we can also bring cargo trains over here as well. But there's people already starting to wait at these platforms right now, these stations. There's people over here as well in Bozeman. So all of a sudden these now have connectivity. So where the charts have been pretty much flatline, all of a sudden we've got a little bit of growth. I wonder why there's a little bit of growth. Right, that's glorious. Which, it does mean it's going to put immense pressure on this line here. Look at the amount of people over here. What's going on in this Hermosillo line? Are these trains like full? Wait, hold on. Let me manage this line. Because it comes. Does it end? It doesn't end here. So it goes through Fresno to LA to Phoenix here. Then to Hermosillo, back to Phoenix. We're using the same platform. Which it shouldn't be doing that. And it's still crisscrossing. I think they crisscross the wrong way round, aren't they? So that should be on 2, and that should be on 1. Aha! We figured it out. We figured it out, but yet there's still a crisscross happening. Is that a different purple line? Oh, it's the food line. Well, let me change that to like green. No, it's still the wrong train crisscrossing over. Well, I've got an issue somewhere again. I bet it's where I've done all them signals. Oh no, I've changed the purple, the people line to purple. Hold on. I'm doing it all wrong. Right, that cargo line. Yeah, it's the green one does the crisscross. Okay, we figured it out. Right, I bet you this is where I did all them signals. Yes. I told you we're going to have issues. I knew we were going to have issues here. So the issue is that this train wants to kind of come out. No, that wants to come... Oh, no, 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 no. That actually is not the issue. The issue is the crisscross is too short. It's too close to the station. The train's longer than the crissy-crossy. There we go. But there's still too many signals going on around here, by the way. But yeah, there you go. There's still too much going on around there, but it should all work out. It should all work out. Right, glorious. Okay. Get rid of you. So yeah, that's now solved that little problematic issue anyway. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot going on here right now. So where are these trains? You're on the way back right now. It's not to say that I need a 4th train, but there just seems to be a lot of people wanting to kind of go to places. So you lead, well, once you fully load up, what are you leaving with? A full train. And then this train. Oh, it's the one that's just leaving. You're coming into LA right now. How many people are you picking up? Right, let's find out how many people it's picking up. Yeah, we need a 3rd train on this. So manage vehicles. A 4th train, sorry. There we go. Very good, very good. And what about the other routes? The other route's okay. That fourth train will be a big help to us. Right, I feel like I have got... Oh, that's the yellow train. I feel like I got an issue, but it's the yellow train. We're all good. So that'll drop 162 people off. And then might even pick up 162 people, I don't know. But they all want to travel to Hermosillo. Right, glorious. A lot of people waiting there. Airport's busy. This line's busy. Get an extra bus on that route. Help us out. Is LA busy these days? It's reasonable. Right, I feel like we're reasonable right now. Yeah. So that line there, the train's only just coming in. So this is one that barely makes money. It's too short for how little people are on it. But very interesting. Right, have we seen the graphs change for Santa Fe? Oh my goodness me, it's through the roof. Through the roof. Through the roof. Same for Denver, right? We're going to see big changes here. Yep. So they're loving life at this point, aren't they? They're loving life. Nice. Now, if I had a third one coming in, it would be going through these cities here. That the third one connects to the bottom down here. And they all kind of transfer at that point. I mean, we'll still have other lines there where, you know, it connects through and from. Might we have Lardia going to somewhere else, or I don't know. I don't know, but, you know, they're all going to share a common line. A common lined ancestor. Best way to put it. But hopefully it's efficient enough where, you know, it's consistently moving people. There's not too much backlog. And so on and so on. Another plane coming in. How is Phoenix anyway? Oh, that would have been when we probably implemented the airports, right? That huge growth spurt. As it becomes a major hub. Has to be. 100% has to be. How's New Orleans? Issues. We got issues. Now the issue is one train wants to come in and another train wants to leave. No, it's not that. It's, again, the same problem. My crisscrosses are too close. Also, them trains are a bit too close as well. Let's make you go back the opposite way. No, go back in. You can't go the opposite way. Oh no, that one's coming in and going back. That one's going there for the first time. No, okay, they are spaced out. They are spaced out. Right, okay. It's stressful, but we've got there. We've got more cities now connected up than ever before. I feel like we're going to need more airports at some point. Maybe an airport up here will be a great addition. Airport in the middle will be a great addition. Down south as well. Just get more connectivity on the way. But yeah, okay, let's take a quick look at these intersections then. So when it comes to highway, the one line, oh, the lane highway, how do I upgrade? There we go for that beautiful lane math. You ever seen anything so beautiful, boys? Does the game understand lane math? Yeah, straight on and right turn. It does understand it, which is great. It does understand it. So, perfection. I want to see how Washington's doing, because Washington's the only city that's got double highway connections. So, it'll be interesting to see. Right, that's that done there. So Washington, D.C., baby. Oh, snap. Look at the charts. Through the roof, boys. Now, everything's all moving still around here, right? We've got no issues, right? Is New York growing? Oh, yeah. New York is definitely growing. Glorious. I mean, we still have to give it more food. Is this place still getting what it needs? Yeah, line 12 is that the one that goes all the way down to Miami? Yeah, so busy. I mean, I could even get a third train on that, but we'll hold out. We'll hold out. But yeah, it's worked out in its favour. Charlotte, a place that's been left as it is, considerable growth. So yeah, it works. It works. Lane math is in full force as well. I mean, there's also nothing stopping me upgrading these to a 3-lane road, but that's when the bigger problems then kind of occur. But it can really... Oh my goodness me, look at the backlog here. So they don't want to admit it, but we got a problem here. And that's because these guys can't go. Because the other fools can't go either. Nobody wants to admit these problems, but we've got problems, boys. We've got problems. Now, problem here is, like many reasons, signals. Not adequately set up. Now, the crisscross happens there. So that allows that train to move down, giving these guys more freedom to move. Okay? That will solve that problemo, allowing this train to then come out. But we are also having issues over here, where this can't come out, so there should be no signal after this crisscross. Okay, there should be no signal. And there should be no signal here either. Now, that would have meant that train would never have come out, stop blocking this train. But that issue there has backed up all of this. So now you got to wait for these to kind of freely roll through. There should be no signal here. By the way. That goes directly out. But we should have a signal here. There we go. Now we've got movement. Now we've got movement. It's all fun and games until someone gets backlogged. It's all fun and games until someone gets backlogged. But yeah, it's looking good. We're getting there. We are slowly getting there. Now we've seen lots of passengers want to go to the Turks Islands right now. Oh, this is the triple, baby. Maybe there's a room here for an additional ship, boat. I think there is. Right, manage vehicles. Dupe it, baby. Dupe it. Bahamas has definitely been doing some growing. Oh my, it's skyrocketed recently since did the island expansions. Quite a few people waiting to go back on that one. The Turks Islands kind of plateaued for a bit. Again, they've kind of run out of space, haven't they? So we'll give them a little bit of a helping hand. A little bit of a helping hand. And we'll see how much they enjoy this. You ready? Will they straight up utilize it now? Or is there still room for growth? We'll have to come back and see how they get on. Oh, no, there we go. Roads built. Amazing. Same with Havana in Cuba as well. That's got to be plateauing recently, right? I mean, it's in a steady growth, but again, it's all hindered by land. I can do a little bit to kind of bulk it out a bit. And it's mainly about trying to smoothen the areas off too. Because smoothing the areas off allows us to build in certain areas that they quite couldn't do before. Because we've got rid of the issue around this here, so hopefully they bridge the gap with the road. I mean, I might even do it myself. Just to help them out. You never know what could happen. Not a fan of those roads connecting there. But they're not bottlenecking into that then as a junction to kind of tear through. Right, anyway. Not bad. So, now we've given it a couple of circulations, hopefully, of these trains going around. Santa Fe growth skyrocketed. It could be that 2 trains on this is not enough. But Denver itself, huge skyrocket there in the population growth. 40 people on the train on the way to Bozeman right now. Same for you, nice little skyrocket. Now, that terraforming, we still have to apply the same logic to places like this. We still haven't done it yet. Like San Francisco right now, so like the flattening tool. We're going to take places slightly out to enable growth. As you can now see it growing, we use a smoothing tool as well. Really helps us out with the movement. Can you see the huge bump that it's currently on? You got to smoothen it to kind of encourage the growth. But hopefully just that little bit I did there is enough to grow it. And then we've got the same problem over here in Eureka. Eureka's done a lot better with all of this, but still could do with a helping hand. I got to come out in levels and then smoothen it. There we go, there we go. Flatten it a little bit. So it all really helps. All really helps us making those strides to grow the little towns and cities. They'll love it, and in return, more people living there, more people using our public transport systems. So hopefully San Francisco has a little bit of a growth spurt too. We've had a little bit of jump there as well. Now it's got a little bit more room to kind of maneuver. I'll let them grow naturally and just kind of see what they can kind of come up with. How's Fresno anyway? It's Fresno's actually lost out recently. I don't quite know because they're getting all their stuff. It's probably the machines that they're missing out on. That's more of a case of what's going on with the machines, boys. We got to level this up. We need more wood coming in by the looks of it to sufficiently give it its demand and growth. So where does the wood come from? Oh, the wood comes via ship, doesn't it? The wood does come via ship. So this needs more wood being stored over here. Now what brings the wood in? It's that one singular train, isn't it? We should add a little bit more to that train. Let's quickly edit it. No, let's replace it with obviously an electric train with cargo wise, flat car with stakes. I'm going to go for a 240 capacity, which is huge worlds apart from what it originally was. Because the same over here, it's completely overloaded. Completely overloaded right now. So that would definitely get a lot more goods coming in. I could get a second train, but that would be pushing it too far. Because this will completely wipe it out. Oh, do you know what? It's also too long now as well. Now, seeing as the only train on these tracks. Right, well, I'm going to push this further back. Right, here's okay. Here, there'll be okay as well. It's just that, probably just that one. Oh, no. No, did it do it? I did do it. Okay, glorious. So this we're going to go all the way up to here, wouldn't it? And then fully load up. So that'll provide a lot more wood. And then a lot more planks going down to LA, which then should produce a lot more machines. Well, that's the idea of it anyway. That is meant to be the idea of it anyway. So that's coming in. Hot and heavy. Here it comes, boys. Now, there's quite a few waiting on this platform, isn't there? Yeah. Which will completely load the train up. And then up those transport numbers as well, quite dramatically. Right, that's good. Will it be enough, though, to see this upgrade, maybe? Because it's going to have vast amounts of more consumption coming in. It's a big waiting game, but I want to see. I truly do want to see. Takes a while, doesn't it? All these train tracks are like fully upgraded, aren't they, as well? Like, they're high speed. I mean, there's lots of twists and turns. There's only so much you can do. The platforms aren't high speed. Right, anyway, anywho. We don't give it a fighting chance, this. This is going to unload like crazy now. There we go. Now this station over here is a little bit too short, so you kind of lose out. You're not fully going to get... Well, you could still get what you want. That one I produce a lot more. There's a ship just turned up as well. And she's going to load up. But that should now level up, because that's going to like fully load up again. By the time it gets back and delivered, these won't all have been gone. So yeah, that should now produce a lot more. Exciting. But if there's a way for us to bring more planks over, that would also be a good way too, and we'll kind of figure it out as time goes on. Anyway, things are looking absolutely fantastic, boys. How is Denver doing these days? Huge, again, huge growth spurt still. Looking very good, very good, very good. This is becoming a nice little transfer hub as well. Things are going swimming down here. Might have to look at the airports again at some point in these situations, but can't complain. Might need another bus on that, but we'll get it all sorted next episode. Guys, appreciate you all watching. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.